You're back. This is BuzzChomp, home of fitness and entertainment, and we're talking Snowpiercer, Season 1, Cliff Notes. I'm Mandi, and I'm here breaking it down for you. I'm Mandi.
I'm Dan.
Subscribe to
BuzzChomp. Woo!
Episode 1. 7 years post-apocalypse. Everyone, last of humanity's on Snowpiercer. We see Melanie, the voice of the train, go to the tail section and take Layton, the last detective of humanity, to solve a murder. They had a murder and they realized that they jailed the wrong person years before because the same exact style murder happened again. There's a tail revolution. It fails. And we go home, we see Melanie. She's not only the voice of the train, she's also our Mr. Wilford, because there's no Mr. Wilford in the engine room. Episode 2. Those that were part of the tail rebellion are punished. 3 men are put in drawers, which is basically them going to sleep for a long time. Layton out there trying to solve this murder with his new partner, Till, who's a part of the brakemen. They leads them to the butcher car where they find body pieces and realize that there's this whole cannibalism thing too, but they don't think that whoever eats this person also killed them. There's an avalanche and it destroys the butcher car. Episode 3. Unrest is brewing on the train, so Melanie plans a fight to distract everyone. But during the fight, a brawl breaks out. Layton gets closer to his ex, Zara, who's in 3rd class now, and introduces him to the janitors, and he finds out that Sean, who was also Zara's boyfriend, was investigating Chrono, this drug that was being pushed by the janitors. Yep. He was also Mr. Wilford's informant. The woman who was accused of the first murder, Nikki, wakes up, but she doesn't really have much of a memory. But Eric, one of the bodyguards to the Folgers in 1st class, is the murderer and murders Nikki at the end of the episode 4. Eric is trapped in 3rd class because of the lockdown, because of the fight. Layton figures out the whole thing, that Eric and LJ were having a relationship. That's LJ's the Folger's daughter of 1st class. That they murdered both of these men, for some sick and twisted game. Eric gets killed. Layton reveals the whole thing to everyone in 1st class. He also figures out that there's no Mr. Wilford on the train, confronts Melanie about it, and Melanie knocks him out and puts him in the drawers. Episode 5. LJ's trial begins, and Audrey, one of the 3rd class representatives, like the leader, wants Melanie to have a 3rd class member on the tribunal. She agrees. Josie is searching for Layton and finds out that he's in the drawers. She enlists the help of the janitors to help her get him out. But the janitors just want to get more stuff to make Chrono, so they get Josie there, leave her there. Till finds Josie and helps her get Layton out. LJ's found guilty at the trial, but Mr. Wilford, aka Melanie, intervenes, pardons her. All of this is because there's not only civil unrest in 3rd class, but there's civil unrest in 1st class, and she's doing that to appease the Folgers, who definitely want a change of guard. Episode 6. Layton is recovering, and one of the doctors tells him that she found a whole list of people that are being flagged to be imprisoned in the drawers. There's a catastrophe on the train. Melanie has to go and fix it. One of the engine room guys dies, and Layton finds Melanie and confronts her. And Melanie tells him that no, the drawers are not a punishment, but they're a lifeline. They're a way to save humanity. So Layton lets her go, and Melanie saves the train, and all seems well in 3rd class now because they're excited. Melanie also takes interest in Miles, who is Josie's taily son, and Layton loves Miles. Episode 7. Melanie promotes Miles to the engine room now that other guy died. The Folgers and Commander Gray try to enlist Ruth to betray Melanie, and she comes to try to tell Melanie, and Melanie brushes her off, hurting Ruth's feelings. Melanie finds Josie, tortures her to death. When Layton finds out, he tells the 3rd class leaders as well as LJ that there is no Mr. Wilford. Episode 8. Miles shows LJ the engine room and the truth about Mr. Wilford. Ruth sentences Melanie to death, and she's on the side of the Folgers and Commander Gray. The taily revolution is about to begin. Miles and Bennett, the engine room guy and Melanie's boyfriend, lock down the engine. The tailies in the drawers are set free, all except one who was taken by the Folgers. Pike, the tailie guy who was taken by the Folgers, convinces Layton to surrender, saying that they'll never win the revolution. Layton only does it because he finds out that Zara, yes, his ex, is pregnant with his child. Melanie escapes her execution and convinces him that she can help him get rid of the Folgers and Commander Gray, but he has to sacrifice a train car full of prisoners, and he ends up doing it. Goodbye, Folgers. End of the revolution. Episode 10. The revolution is over. Melanie agrees to hand over control to Layton, who wants to turn the train into a democracy. Melanie will just be in the engine room, helping the train move along. She sees a signal on the screen. Bennett, her boyfriend, is being all weird. Javi, one of the other engine room guys, is determined to figure out. They figure it out that it's Big Alice. Another train that has a lot of goods and stuff on it. And Mr. Wilford is manning that train. He locks onto them. Melanie tries to get it off. She's outside. The door's open at the tail. And who is it but a girl who asks for Melanie and says that she's Melanie's daughter. They only have 13 minutes to decide because they're going to deep freeze if they continue to stay there. And all this will continue next season. I'm Mandi. Subscribe to BuzzChomp for more fitness and entertainment, and share with me what you think of season 1 of Snowpiercer. Are you excited for season 2? I am. Yeah, kids? Yeah. Thanks for watching BuzzChomp.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Share.
Woo.